Alright guys, welcome back to another war video. Today we're going to be taking Path 5 as usual with Shothra, Shuri, and Count. First off, we have a mirror match with Count Nefaria versus Count Nefaria. Um, Count Nefaria specials, he can be kind of hard to dex occasionally, but in general, he's not the toughest defender, and he's not going to be like tough or hard to deal with, right? Again, he doesn't counter anything in his own kit, so my Nefaria should work just fine here. The nodes don't really benefit him all too much. I know Nefaria can evade on defense. I'm not sure how, but that is what it is. I don't think it happens this fight, so it doesn't even matter. But yeah, I'm just gonna completely block his specials or decks right there when I'm like confident in the decks, because again, Nefaria's specials are super weird to dex. The animations and the hits don't really match up like they should. There I get clipped. I think I might have tried to go for a parry on that, which obviously didn't work out. I could be completely wrong. I might have just accidentally let go of my block, but yeah, I'm just not gonna let that happen again. We both go into Ionic Overdrive, and here he gets the energy resist up, which is kind of annoying, but it's whatever. After the Incinerate goes away, we should be doing just fine damage. Here I block the special too. His does a lot of damage because he is an Ionic Overdrive, and he does get those Furies since he has a lot of charges. There I get hit a bit, but again, the only thing we really have to worry about is like managing ours and his Ionic Overdrive, because if we're both in Ionic Overdrive, I don't think either of us can heal. Apparently he's healing and I'm not. That was in-game lag, but you know, not too bad compared to some other fights. I don't think this were, but some other fights I've had in Alliance were. I've had some pretty bad lag. But yeah, here we're just trying to get off a big special too, to like really bring forth our damage, and to quite frankly end this fight. The biggest problem with a lot of these wars, as you all have probably noticed, is Nefaria. It just takes a while to do a bunch of these fights because the timing of everything, lining up the intercept or the knockdown with both his special 2 and his special 1, make sure his charges don't go away, this and that and that. It just takes so long to like find a good sequence to like really get going on it. Yeah, here I don't want to cut this out of the video. I'm too lazy. I'm gonna buy some alliance potions using loyalty. I have like 3 million loyalty. Yeah, I mean, until this season, I don't think I've ever really used loyalty. The only time I use loyalty is to buy the alliance. The alliance were the loyalty 7-star crystal, and again, like that has like a 60 or 90-day cooldown or something like that. So I'm just building up the loyalty. And so here I decided to spend it mostly for the content. It's not as entertaining when I die a ton. Again, obviously, I get more clicks when I die and I make a clickbait thumbnail or title. But besides that, I feel like it's more intriguing to watch me win all the fights rather than die in all of them. Here we get clipped by Shuri. Again, sorry if I didn't explain this matchup. Nefaria versus Shuri. Again, Shuri's not hard at all. Just make sure you don't hit into her when she's untouchable. I'd probably just block her specials. Personally, I can dex her special 1, and her special 2 isn't like insanely difficult to dex either. But yeah, it'd just be better if I block it, no risks. I think here I might try to parry her final hit. Or maybe not here, but I think in this match I try to. Not sure when, but either way, like here, like I was talking about earlier, like you can see it's just hard to line everything up, right? The Fury by charges, and then we have to go to a special 2 while we still have the Fury, or while we still are in Ionic Overdrive, and so it's really hard to line up. The good thing about this matchup in particular is Shuri's non-contacts make it so that I can like constantly parry and reparry over and over and over again, so I can actually build charges that way. There, I do think I get the evade off. I wasn't paying attention. But either way, this matchup makes it a lot easier because I can build into Ionic Overdrive without actually consuming any charges. Now, obviously, I think I still will because it's much faster, and again, It's better to consume the charges and get the extra health than just leave them. But yeah. But here, Shuri's pretty low. And again, we're just gonna throw the special 2 while we're in Ionic Overdrive, do a decent bit of damage. Thankfully, the energy resist doesn't happen on this node, so we should be fine. We throw this special 2, and I think she'll just die soon. Yep. You get the evade, the burst damage kills her, and we move on. Now, for the fight that the title and thumbnail are all about, Destroyer. I love Destroyer, man. Yeah. I think I said in a video some time ago that Destroyer is an underrated defender, and it's come to fruition. This is, I think, the second time I'm going to die to him this season. I think this is a different node, however, but again, you're going to see this fight is pretty BS. Maybe not completely, but that's my fault. Again, thanks for that guy for commenting. But, yeah, you really can't, do your normal evade against Destroyer unless you've already taken down the Unstoppable, because he has a chance to just hit you, and that's not great. There I mess up the special 1 dex, or parry, whatever it is. Not great, but again, the Hinder helps us regen some health back, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Again, we are getting pretty low, but again, not the worst thing in the world. There, we get everything just fine. I think we're gonna throw a special 2. Nope, that right there ruined the entire fight. Because if he did not go unfazed, I would not have gone to special 3, I would throw my special 2, and he would probably be dead right now as we speak. But he does throw it, and we go to special 3. Partly due to the fact that he does have his, what it's called, special, or not special, power gain. And there, he triggers unfazed again, he hits me twice, gets 2 crits, and I die. Again, in my opinion, that was kind of unfortunate. Again, that was partly my own fault. However, again, if this guy didn't have unfazed, it would have worked out. Again, that's just something I have to think about when I'm using Nefaria, especially against Destroyer. And I have identified that they have the unfazed mastery. I just need to stop, I need to play it slow, I need to take my time, because again, Nefaria can do these fights just fine. They may take longer, but again, it is kind of whatever. And again, especially with Destroyer, since I can parry his special 1s, again, preferably not against the corner, but since I can do that, the energy vulnerabilities will do a lot more damage. And again, Destroyer isn't particularly tanky, especially against Nefaria. Yeah, you see me finish out this fight. This is super disappointing, because this could have been such a great war. Again, I'm not taking like the most difficult fights, but this could have been such a better war in general. And again, with this war, and then the next war that I started earlier today, spoiler warning, I did die in probably the worst way possible. The AI, I'm not going to blame it on the AI. I played pretty badly. But the AI is actually so horrid. I don't even know, man. Like, again, I don't know. But either way, here we have this Dazzler versus Nefaria fight. Nefaria can parry her special 1, so we can get that energy vulnerability up. But again, this fight is weird with Nefaria, because again, the node is going to really like make it hard for me to like do a lot of significant things, right? Because there's just a ton of purification on this node, quite frankly, and I just don't think it's like, I don't really know how to phrase this, but Nefaria works for this fight, but he's not good for this fight. I'll just say that. But again, since I'm taking a 10 fight board this war, again, Nefaria's just gonna have to do it. He's gonna have to pull through and do it for me. And either way, this fight's looking fine. My basic hits are doing just enough damage, coupling that with the fury that we get from intercepting, or in this case, evading. yeah, she'll go down eventually. Might take a while, might be today, might be tomorrow, might be when I have a wife and 2 elderly children, but it'll happen. Again, the only reason Dazzler's on this node is because she gets that falter on her intercept occasionally, which again isn't that big of a deal, so, you know. Just have to make sure I step out of the way while she has it, and then I can go along my normal cycle and just hit her. Um, Here, I think I might... No, I baited this. I realized it was kind of stupid to try to go all in. I probably could have. But here, I did throw that into her falter. Either way, she wasn't going to kill me, even if she did punish me for that, and I kind of didn't need those Furies to make this fight go a little bit faster. And here we get the energy vulnerability up, and we're going to be doing a ton of damage. Here, I think I get another one up. Yep, and then I just throw a special one. Oh no. You see all of that just purified, right? I had like 5 ionic charges and then 2 energy vulnerabilities. Just poof, gone. That's kind of what I really hate about this path. It's just super, like, infuriating. Super long to play. Again, in Future Wars, I'm just not going to take this path. I really dislike it. It's not fun at all to play. But Dazzler goes down. That's a solo. I still can't get over the fact that Destroyer cooked me like that. But whatever, I need to get over it. It's not that big of a deal, especially considering my aligned situation. No offense to my alliance, of course, but we are having some issues exploring the map, and so even if I die in many wars, it might just not matter. But yeah, here we're taking Shothra versus Cersei. I mean, for any of you that know this fight, it goes down extremely quickly, and it's not even because, like, again, the glancing is annoying, the power gain's annoying, but again, the amount of Mystic Dispersion you get, you can just spam, like, 6 special 2s in a row, or something like that, and just be fine. Along with Shothra's Atrophy, I mean, this is literally just a damage fest, right? 1 special 1, 1 special 2 cycle, she's already down to 24% HP, right? And we're basically at our special 2. So just throw the heavy into it, and she dies. It's like a 30-second fight or something like that. 28. I mean, damn. Pretty nice. This next fight is not going to be as simple. This arcade is far more annoying than Cersei is, and Shothra doesn't get a trillion Mystic Dispersion from it, so this is, again, going to be a little bit tougher a fight. Here I get the invul boost. It was completely unnecessary looking back at it, but again, I've never taken this node before, and I have absolutely no clue whether or not Shothra would be even, like, good for this fight. Again, arcade, you don't really need an RPG counter, you just need to play around what he has in his kit. If you can do that, you'll be fine. Here we're just playing Mixmaster, light, medium, and then just punishing his special ones. I think I got unfazed there. I'm not sure why. I'm not gonna look at that. But hey, I'll take that, I guess. But either way, just medium, light, 2 special 1s, and then we'll go into a special 2, throw 1 more special 1 here after this. Yeah, there, I misdexed it and used up part of my, whatever it's called, indestructible boost, but it's fine. Shothra's specials are actually really good because they both push her out of the range of the opponent, so they can't actually ever, like, punish your specials unless either of you are in the corner. But yeah, there we throw a special 2, heavy into another special 2, and he goes down. This fight could have gone, like, worse if I didn't have the indestructible boost on. He might have taken my health down a bit, but either way, Shothra's the GOAT, and she does pretty well. This next fight, we have Nova. We're going to be taking this with Count Nefaria. This is a hazard shift with the prowess every few seconds, and then the, I don't even remember. Alright, it's the one where you get, like, the fisticuffs-esque sort of thing, where both of you can't, like, do anything for the first, like, 30 seconds, or something like that. But yeah, Nefaria completely cooks this node. the first 8 seconds of the fight, we get a bunch of debuffs that are like super annoying or whatever, but it doesn't matter. Again, this guy has Unphased, and my god, does it suck. But either way, Nefaria is shock and incinerate resistant, so again, we'll mostly be getting willpower healing from that. Here we can also parry Nova's special 1, I think. I don't know if I'm going to try it too much in this fight, because again, this guy does have Unphased, so it could go really bad for us. But yeah, we're going to get constant healing throughout the entire fight because of the, what's it called, Incinerates and Shocks. So yeah, there we go for the parry and get the energy vulnerability up. We actually don't need to like parry it every time, right? Once we get the 1 or even 2 energy vulnerabilities up, we'll be doing just enough damage for basically everything. I have no clue how Nova's auto block works. I'm pretty sure it's tied to like those charges in the top corner. But again, I don't think he can auto block you if you're what is called if you're parrying him. There I misdecked the special too, and there that Unphased could have been lethal. Thankfully, the AI dash back, cutting me some slack from the last fight. But Nova does go down. With Nefaria, once I identify they have Unphased, I need to just like chill out, take a breather, and just stop evading. Because again, most of the time, Nefaria can take down the fights, even if it takes a long time, without evading. Obviously, it does build charges and this and that, but in general, it'd just be best if I didn't. Here we're taking this left side and that Sentinel boss. The Serpent, I wouldn't necessarily recommend Shothra for this fight. She doesn't really like stop any of these nodes, but she does stop Serpent, which is why I'm taking her. Here I take this combat regen boost. I didn't really want to heal her, but I do think I would need to get some extra health from there. And we're going to get some Mystic special boosts, because we're going to be taking this fight with her and then the Sentinel boss with her. So having the extra damage is pretty nice. And again, like I said, Shothra is a great Serpent counter, which is kind of why I'm taking him for this fight. These nodes definitely make it more annoying to fight him, but again, Shothra's damage, especially as a rank 4, is incredible. So, yeah, it's not anything to like scoff at, and it makes this fight look pretty easy. Now again, I'm not sure if those are rank 4 Serpents. Again, I'm not really paying attention to that sort of thing, but yeah, I don't know if Shothra would work for this node in higher tier war maps or against other champions, but she does work well against Serpent. Again, like I've said multiple times, which is kind of the only reason I'm taking her. But yeah, her atrophy kind of makes a lot of the stuff that Serpent does for the node a lot like harder to do. There I get clipped by the special 1, but yeah, I mean, the power gain just ends over after like a second or two, and so it doesn't get that like increased potency too much. And then he does get a higher combat power rate and damage and yada yada yada, but yeah, here we're just gonna throw one last special 2, and it should kill. Right, the atrophy makes the immortality last for like 1.5 to 2 seconds, somewhere around that area. And so the special 2 lasts longer than that, and she's constantly draining his HP during that, so he just goes down. This next fight, I'm taking Shuri against Zola. This is obviously a lot safer of a fight than the Serpent versus Zola I had last war, but again, this is not the final boss, so he's gonna have a lot less health. But again, Shuri does well for this node because she has shocks, which turns off the stunning reflect node. However, in general, it doesn't really matter because like 4 to 5 of Zola's like basic attacks are unparryable, so the stunning reflect wouldn't even go into effect. At least I don't think. I obviously wasn't going to try it, but yeah. Here, this is just going to be kind of a slow and long fight. Just make sure that he never really goes above 20 charges. Make sure you get your shocks up, get your just yeah, play around him, get all your shocks up, get your heavies, make sure that you're throwing specials every now and then. Make sure the whatever's called the Bane is on him. But yeah, I mean, I thought this fight was going to go a lot worse than it did, considering my Shuri is rank 2. But, yeah, I mean, she works. She has a ton of damage, and once she gets, like, ramped up, that damage just increases more and more and more. And again, that untouchable is just so nice to have because we can just punish his heavies, or punish anything whenever we want to, right? Again, it makes Zolo pretty easy. Again, the only thing we really have to worry about is his specials. But again, I'm just going to stick to blocking them. Shuri has really good block proficiency, I think. And she has a decent chance to get a perfect block. I could be wrong about that. But, yeah. I mean, she's just really good for the Zola fight. In war, I'm probably going to be taking Shuri for Zolas if I see them ever again. In Battlegrounds, again, I don't think Shuri would work as well because she will be a bit slow, especially for Battlegrounds, but I think in war she's great for him. And she kind of like nullifies all those, whatever it's called, like issues that Zilla has. And now finally we're going to be taking this Sentinel boss with Shathra. Here, again, I'm too lazy to cut this out. Just going to watch me buy some potions. Yeah, I'm wasting a ton of loyalty on this. Hopefully in these next few wars I don't die as much and have to burn a bunch of potions. So, yeah. Shathra is actually really good for Sentinel because although Sentinel has like the crit reduction and then the... I don't even remember, but he's incredibly tanky is kind of the point. And so the thing is with Shathra, she does energy bursts on her specials, and I don't think Sentinel has anything to counter that, and if he does, it's fairly minimal to the amount of damage that Shathra's going to be doing. So again, she works great against him. The only problem with Shathra against Sentinel is the fact that her atrophy will, at the end of the fight, push him to 3 bars faster. However, if you bait a special during that period, if you get lucky with the AI, it's not really an issue. And most of the time, you can usually just get him down before he even like goes through that phase. Again, I'm just like kind of thinking about that in the back of my head, like making sure that I don't like push him to 15% HP and then have the atrophy and then like do nothing and just take the special 3. Because if I do, then I have to. Well, first off, I'm probably going to die, which is already bad enough. But second off, I'm probably going to fully restart the fight, which would completely suck. Thankfully, if that were to happen, Shathra does do a ton of damage pretty quickly, so yeah, it won't be that big of a deal. But yeah, here we do our special 1, special 1, special 2, special 2 rotation, and we're just gonna loop that back, right? Because again, Shathra just does so much damage, right? Those vulnerabilities, the energy bursts, just melting him completely, right? And here, he's close to his 15%, but we're just gonna throw a special 2, and that should kill him, right? Here's gonna do a ton of damage, and it's gonna kill him. Now he did go red, but I did have power backs. I did have the relic. I would have thrown the special 1. Or I would have heavied into a special 1, and yeah. He goes down. Unfortunately, we did lose this war. Again, exploration issues. They did actually beat us on deaths too. So even if we did explore, it wouldn't have mattered. Good fight on these guys' part. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you in the next video. Peace.